Imagine this. You're sitting by your window, a cup of tea in hand, just watching the clouds drift by. No phone, no notifications, no to-do list buzzing in your mind. For most of us, that scene sounds almost impossible, and maybe even a little bit guilty. After all, isn't doing nothing a waste of time? What if I told you that these moments of stillness could actually be the most productive thing you ever do? Hi, I'm Inaya from Circle of Life with Inaya, and today we're exploring the surprising power of doing nothing and how it might just change your life for the better. In our world, being busy is almost like a badge of honor. We're taught that if we're not constantly moving, working, or achieving, we're falling behind. But here's a secret. Our brains aren't built to be on all the time. When we never give ourselves a break, we actually become less creative, less focused, and more stressed. Doing nothing isn't laziness. It's a way to recharge, reflect, and tap into deeper parts of our minds. If you've ever had a brilliant idea in the shower or solved a problem while daydreaming, you've already experienced the magic that happens when you let your mind wander. Let's talk about why this matters so much. When you're always busy, your brain is stuck in task mode, constantly reacting to what's in front of you. But when you pause and allow yourself to do nothing, your mind switches to a different gear. This is when your subconscious gets to work, making connections you might miss when you're focused on a single task. It's in these quiet moments that creativity blooms and problems untangle themselves. So, instead of seeing downtime as wasted time, try thinking of it as your brain's way of filing, sorting, and inventing. Now, how can you make the most of doing nothing? The first step is giving yourself permission. I know that can feel strange, especially if you're used to measuring your days by how much you get done. But think of it like this. Just as your phone needs to recharge, so does your mind. Try setting aside a few minutes each day to simply sit quietly without any agenda. You don't need to meditate or follow a strict routine. Just let your thoughts drift. Maybe you sit on your balcony and watch the world go by, or you lie on your bed and listen to the sounds around you. These moments of stillness are where your brain does its best behind-the-scenes work. Another powerful way to use doing nothing is to create space for reflection. When you're always in action mode, it's easy to miss what's really going on inside you. Use your downtime to check in with yourself. Ask, how am I really feeling? What's working in my life and what isn't? Sometimes the answers you're searching for don't come from working harder, but from stepping back and letting your mind wander. I remember a time when I was completely stuck on a big decision. I kept thinking and overthinking, but the answer wouldn't come. It wasn't until I took a long, aimless walk, no music, no phone, just me and my thoughts, that everything suddenly became clear. That break gave my mind the space it needed to sort things out. You might be thinking, Inaya, I don't have time to do nothing. I hear you. Our lives are packed with responsibilities, and the idea of just sitting around can feel impossible. But here's the truth. Even a few minutes of intentional stillness can make a huge difference. If you struggle to switch off, start small. Try a 5-minute pause between tasks or set a timer and just breathe. If your mind fills with guilt or anxiety, remind yourself that this is part of being productive. It's not about slacking off, it's about giving your brain the space it needs to work at its best. One challenge you might face is the discomfort that comes with stillness. When you're used to constant activity, being quiet can feel awkward or even boring. But boredom isn't something to avoid. It's actually the doorway to creativity. When your brain isn't distracted, it starts to explore, imagine, and connect ideas in new ways. So the next time you're tempted to fill every spare moment with scrolling or multitasking, try leaning into that boredom instead. You might be surprised by the ideas and insights that come up. Let's also talk about decision-making. When you're rushing from one thing to the next, it's easy to make choices based on stress or habit. But when you give yourself space to do nothing, your subconscious has a chance to process information and weigh your options. This leads to better, more thoughtful decisions, whether you're choosing a new career path, dealing with a relationship issue, or just figuring out what's next. I've seen this in my own life and in the stories of so many people I've worked with. Sometimes, the best answers come when you stop looking for them. If you're worried that doing nothing will make you fall behind, remember this: the most successful and creative people in the world make time for stillness. They know that real breakthroughs don't happen when you're rushing. They happen when you pause, reflect, and let your mind breathe. So instead of filling every moment with activity, try creating a little more white space in your day. Notice how you feel after a pause. Do you come back to your work with more energy and new ideas? Does your stress level drop? Share your experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear what happens when you give yourself permission to just be. As we wrap up, here's my invitation to you. This week, find one moment each day to do nothing. It could be while you're having your morning tea, sitting in your car before heading inside, or just lying in bed before you fall asleep. Let your mind wander and see what comes up. Remember, doing nothing isn't a waste. It's a way to recharge, reflect, and unlock your best self. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to Circle of Life with Inaya for more practical, science-backed ways to live your best life. And here's my question for you. When was the last time you allowed yourself to do absolutely nothing, and what did you notice afterwards? Let's start a conversation in the comments below. I can't wait to hear your stories.